Hello friends, welcome to Bioverse. I'm Dr. Sneha Nair, and today we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is sexual reproduction in humans. You can expect 4 to 5 questions from this chapter, and this is both, it is important for both your NEET as well as for your 12th board exams. So let us start with sexual reproduction in humans. Okay friends, reproduction is of two types. It is asexual and sexual. What do you mean by asexual reproduction? Is a type of reproduction where single parent is involved. A single parent is involved. But in human beings, what we have said that in human beings, there is a sexual reproduction. So what is a sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction is a type of reproduction where two parents are involved, a male and a female. So here two parents are involved, two parents involved, male and female. In sexual reproduction, both male and female, they produce a special type of cells called as reproductive cells or gametes. Okay, so let me write here, what do you mean by gametes? So gametes are special cells, they are special reproductive cells that further helps in reproduction. How does it helps in reproduction? Two gametes from male and female, they fuse together and they form a zygote, which after multiple divisions give rise to a baby. Okay, so male and female, they both produce special cells, reproductive cells called as gametes. Okay, so the male gamete, it is called as sperm. All right, and the female gamete, it is known as ova or the egg cell. All right, so there are what is sexual reproduction? So sexual reproduction is a reproduction where two parents are involved and each parent produce a reproductive cell or gamete. Male reproductive gamete is known as sperm, female reproductive cell or gamete is known as ova. When sperm and ova fuse together, they give rise to zygote. Okay, when sperm and ova fuse together, they give rise to zygote. This process of fusion of male and female gamete, that is sperm and ova, is known as fertilization. So the fusion of gametes is known as what? It is known as fertilization. So children, we have studied two important definitions over here. One is gamete, all right, and the other one is, okay. So first we have studied gamete. What is gamete? They are reproductive cells, or they are special cells that helps in reproduction. And male gamete is known as sperm, female gamete is known as ova. And the other important definition that we have studied over here is what is fertilization. So fertilization is fusion of gametes. Now, what will be formed after fertilization? Zygote will be formed after fertilization, and this zygote, after a number of multiplication and development, it will give rise to a embryo. When embryo will be completely formed, completely developed, it will come out in the form of a baby. All right. So I'm just writing embryo here, but now you know a complete baby will be formed after this zygote formation takes place. And it is not a sudden process, it takes a lot of time, and that we are going to discuss what are the various stages that takes place here. So friends, uh, very important thing that in humans, since we are talking about human reproduction, so very important that in human, sexual reproduction takes place. What kind of reproduction takes place in human? Sexual reproduction takes place. And now you know what is a sexual reproduction. A sexual reproduction is a kind of reproduction where two parents are involved. Two parents are involved, a male and a female. Two parents are involved, that is male and female. All right. Now, one more very important term over here is that humans, they are viviparous. Have you ever heard about this word, viviparous? See, you must have seen there are certain animals, certain organisms that lay eggs. Okay, for example, bird, they lay eggs, fishes, they lay eggs, and when these eggs hatch, the offspring comes out, the baby comes out of the egg. So such organisms which lay eggs are called as oviparous. Oviparous. But human beings, they are viviparous. That means they do not lay eggs. They give birth to young ones. Okay. So viviparous means that they give birth to young ones. They do not lay eggs. They give birth to young ones. They give birth to young ones. And just for your convenience, I'm writing in bracket that they do not lay eggs. Okay. But the organisms that lay eggs are called as oviparous. Do not lay eggs. All right. So just for your convenience, I'm writing it here. That what is oviparous and what is viviparous. So see, one definition was this: gametes are special reproductive cells. The other important definition that we have studied is what is fertilization? Fertilization is fusion of male and female gamete. And now we are discussing what is oviparous and viviparous. So oviparous are the organisms that lay eggs. Can you give me some example? Yes, can you give me some example? Very good. Fishes and birds. Do you eat omelette? Yeah, so birds, they are viviparous. But what do you mean by, sorry, fishes and birds, they are oviparous. See, O is like an egg, O. So oviparous. And viviparous, so organisms that give birth to young ones. They do not lay eggs, they give birth to young ones. Organisms that give birth to young ones. All right, children. So we have done so many important definitions over here. So now you know the concept. What is sexual reproduction? It's a kind of reproduction where two parents, male and female, are involved. Each parent will produce a special reproductive cell called as gamete. The male will produce sperm, the female will produce ova. When male sperm and female's gamete, that is ova, fuse together, the process is known as fertilization, and the zygote is formed. This zygote give rise to the baby. So this is what sexual reproduction. It is like an outline of sexual reproduction. Now, in this chapter, we will discuss the entire sexual reproduction. We'll break them into different headings. For example, first we are going to discuss like what is gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is formation of gametes. And after formation of gametes, the gametes will fuse together called as fertilization. After fertilization, what will happen? Implantation will take place. Okay. The uh, zygote, it will undergo number of divisions, it will form a special structure. We'll study about it, blastocyst. Then blastocyst will implant in the uterine wall, and then development of baby will take place. And when the baby will completely form, then delivery of baby or parturition will take place. So these are various events that will take place in sexual reproduction that we'll discuss in further videos. So please stay tuned. It's amazing topic. You will enjoy it, and it's very important too. So we'll meet in next topic. Bye bye.